Good evening, morning, wherever you are in different time zones and different countries. Anyway, I'm reading from the book of Sirach, which is the apocrypha of the Old Testament in the Catholic canon. You don't find it in the average Christian Bible because it only has 66 books. This is the book of Sirach, apocrypha, wisdom of Jesus. Now, this is about God's wisdom seen in creation. The word wisdom means pistis severnum. Let's get to reading. Listen to me, my child, and acquire knowledge, and pay close attention to my words. I will impart discipline previously or in wait, and declare knowledge accurately. When the Lord created, or judged rather, his works from the beginning, and in making them, determined their boundaries. He arranged his works in an eternal order, and their dominion, or element rather, for all the generations. And they do not abandon their task, and they do not crowd one another, and neither will they disobey his word. Then the Lord looked upon the earth, and filled it with his good things. With all kinds of living beings, he covered its surface, and into it they must return. Remember, we're the following Elohim, but yet the Bel is the one who created us, or the demigod Yahweh formed us out of dust. Didn't create us, it formed us rather. Out of dust, the flesh is the prison, the word is the beast system, and the word is what we make of it. Alright, as they say. And in chapter 17, it says, the Lord created human beings out of the earth, and he makes them return to it again. He gave them a fixed number of days to live on earth, and he granted them authority over everything on earth. And he endowed them with the strength of his own, and made them in his own image. And he put the fear of them in all living beings. He gave them dominion over the beasts and the birds, in discretion, and tongue, and eyes, ears, and a mind for the thinking he gave them. He filled them with knowledge and understanding, and showed them good and evil, in other words, duality. And he put the fear of him into their hearts, which just don't sound very good. It sounds like Lord of the Rings here, to show them the majesty of his works, that they may boast of them. In other words, if you look at the K in this, and the other ancients, and the authority is added, that he gave them to boast of his marvels forever. Okay? And they will praise his holy name, and to proclaim the grandeur of his works. He bestowed them knowledge upon them, and allotted them to the law of life. The life means Zoe. Alright? He established them with external covenant, and revealed to them his decrees, and their eyes saw his majesty, and their ears heard the glory of his voice. He said to them, beware of the evil. Yeah. Now, if you look at the word, if I go to the where previously means wait, and where he says created, it's like God, when the Lord created his works, means he's judged his works from the beginning. Alright, the elements is the word dominion. Alright. That's the physical elements, water, fire, and earth and air. And then in chapter 17, Lord created human beings out of the earth more like he formed them. He makes them return to it again and fixes on the number of the days they should live on earth, and grants them authority over everything on earth. Sorry, on earth. Now, if you look at the word earth, it means it. Right? Pistis Sophia is the faith wisdom we have when we make mistakes, so she's not entirely perfect in other words, but it's the faithfulness of Christ that saves our souls in our mortal bodies, alright, our lost souls in our mortal bodies. He endowed them with the strength of his own, in other words, to make them proper, and made them in his own image. He put the fear of them in all living beings. No wonder why Christians use fear tactics to get people to Jesus by force, which is not good. Alright? To worship the Lord of Israel, which is similar to the Lord of the Rings, because he's like the evil eye that sits on earth and watches. Spill the Lord of the Rings. The evil eye. Right. He gave him dominion over beasts and birds. So, in other words, they ordained the use of the 5 faculties of the Lord. As the 6th, he distributed them the gift of the mind, and as the 7th, reason and logic and reason, the interpreter of one faculties, rather. Discretion and tongue and eyes and ears and the mind of thinking he gave them. Discretion ain't necessarily a good thing by the sounds of it. He filled them with knowledge and understanding and showed them good and evil. In other words, dualistic. It's not good versus evil, it's good and evil by the sounds of it. He put fear of them into their hearts and showed them the majesty of his works. Wow. Look at K. Ancient authorities added that he gave them to boast of his marvels forever, and they will praise his name forever. In other words, the dualistic God, to proclaim the grandeur of his works. He bestowed them knowledge upon them. We know the true living Father that Jesus talks about is non-dualistic, but always good and light and love and light, and that there is no darkness in him whatsoever. So, like, he's better than Yed the Bell, better than the dualistic God, better than Pistis Severe, but the great wisdom, the great Barbalo, or the greater mother, heavenly mother, is better than the mother of this world. You know, Pistis Severe could be like the Gaia, like, but it's Pistis Severe gave birth to Yed the Bell. In other words, we're the lion-headed serpent. Yeah, the Bell is a lion-headed serpent. I know this sounds absurd to some people, but we're not too firm if you have the love of Jesus, and yeah, like, we're a bit dualistic. We just make peace with our dualistic. And he says to them in the end, be aware of evil. Yeah, be aware of evil, but avoid evil. You know what? In the daulistic scriptures, Jesus does say, like, she is holy that stay away from all evil. Non-dualistic, in other words. She that is holy must avoid all evil, but face evil with a clear conscience. You're gonna have to do what's right. Melchizedek, the order of Melchizedek, is God of just, Jupiter God, Zeus, or Elohims, we're the Elohim. But that is my word for the day in reading for the Book of Sirach.